Okay, so we're starting
Okay,
again. We
I
all
need
died.
to swap my defib.
I honestly blame Prince.
Swapping defib for an
I
actual.
blame my
useful
brother because he
medkit.
was distracted.
Well, better now.
Anyway,
Just get my
so
brother
what
in.
were we talking about before everything went to hell?
We were talking about your gods thing.
New
Your-
campaign.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome. The campaign should be good. Like I was saying,
Hey, look out!
I don't know why I'm going over this shit.
Yeah, it's kind of ruining the surprise.
Well, none of the stuff I've brought up is not
Ammo
anything
here.
that your characters would know right at the beginning.
Yeah, it's the setting.
You're going to be living in this world, so you know.
Guns here.
It'd be cool if you could like use them together to gain like abilities or whatever. That'd be kind of interesting.
Hmm?
You know what I mean?
Guns.
Kind of like a Shin Megami Tensei thing, where you can like to get unique.
Oh, you dick!
Oh shit! Why you did
Anyway,
that?
yeah, the game starts off. You're going to be in the city of Sakura, which is where the High Parliament of the Gods is. And how it works is that there are. It's been a while since I've gone over my notes for this campaign because I've been busy with other shit. How it works is that there are basically there's 8 greater gods, or the great high. There's 8 high gods, and these guys, each high god has their own house.
Reloading.
So each high god has their own house, and then all the lesser gods,
Bag in the water, everybody.
for the most part, most of the lesser gods will be members of this house. There are great gods that are considered important members of the house, and then there's lesser gods that are part of the house but not as important. And then there are certain gods who do not belong to any house, and that's the 9th house, which is called the House Unclaimed. And they technically have a vote and a seat in the parliament, although nobody is actually like part of it. Although,
Okay.
to be fair, 4 of the most powerful gods around are part of the House Unclaimed.
Really?
Yeah. Basically the gods of cardinal winds.
Ah, okay.
Technically speaking, most people consider the god of the South Wind part of the House of Peace, who run the Parliament of the Gods, because the Parliament of the Gods is basically floating above the southern mesa, and each of the cardinal wind gods has their own mesa, which is actually really important to the whole thing because that's how navigation works in the world. No, east is basically basically there's the western god, the god of the western winds mesa, and no matter where you are, west is wherever that mesa is in relation to you.
That would be one hell of a journey.
Well, the Western Gods Mesa is located in the Western Wilds, which is one of the more populated regions in the world.
Okay.
Whereas, like the Southern and Northern Gods, like the Southern Gods Mesa is located right in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's located in a massive desert, and the Northern Gods Mesa is located in the Northern Tundra. The Eastern God is on the Eastern Steppes. So also a pretty, pretty populated area. Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of different continents. My personal favorite is Zephyrka. You guys don't get to find out about Zephyrka unless you choose to come from here.
Okay.
Hey, this is good advertising for your campaign. You know, if like anyone watches this video, then you know.
Then you
sounds
have
kinda
terrible
cool.
taste and you don't deserve to come in my campaign. Yeah. What was I saying? You kinda
Yeah, something about Zephyrka.
Zephyrka. It's
Zephyrka.
think Africa with an X sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the continent of mists.
Oh god, jockey!
And the only thing really known about it is it's where the Star God makes his home.
Star God.
Oh yeah. The 8 high gods. There's basically there's the goddess of the sun, the twin goddesses of the moons, because there's 2 moons, and then basically there's technically 2 moon goddesses, but they're technically one entity as well, so it's kind of a weird thing.
Okay.
But yeah, so and then there's
kind
the
of
god
like
of
the
stars,
Pisces fish.
and then there's also the god of the stars, and those guys make up one, and those guys are 3 of the high gods. Then there's also the god of war and peace. There's the god of war. There's the god of peace. The god of peace runs the parliament of the gods, so he's pretty important. Then there's also the god of the earth. There's the god of the earth, the god of the sea or the ocean, and then the god of the land. Or sorry, the god of Theria, which is what we call it instead of Earth, because that's the name of the world. And then there's the god of the sky, and there's the god of the sea, or the god of the oceans.
Okay.
So would these gods have like relationships amongst themselves that you?
Oh yeah,
part
they
of
all do.
the RP? Yeah. As you like.
It's kind of complicated. None of them, they're not really like the only one. They're not technically. Some of them are related, some of them aren't. It's kind of weird. But how it works is in this campaign, gods are technically mortal.
Weapons over here.
It's more accurate to say they're invincible. They are immortal, but they're not invincible. And gods have died before and in the past, and like all that kind of shit. Oh fuck! God! No! I'm gonna die! I'm gonna die!
Oh man.
I am coming!
No! Fuck! I'm gonna die!
Damn, he's way back there.
Shoot your gun!
I'm out of ammo!
Anyway, what was I saying?
You were talking about the relationships between
Oh yeah,
these
some
gods.
of them do, but basically, some of them were related once upon a time, but a lot of them have died. Actually, that's how the campaign starts, is what's happened is the oldest living god is dead. He died, and nobody knows, and the frightening thing is that he is so much older than all the other gods that nobody actually knows what he was the god of.
That'd be interesting.
And here's the issue,
Damn.
is that nobody quite understands how the relationship works, but each god is tied to something, like they each have their own domain, and when they die, the domain goes out of whack. The last god to die was the god of summer, and when she died, the world was, like, every summer was, for like the 10 years it took for her to resurrect, every summer was blisteringly hot, and every winter was unfathomably cold, and it was absolutely awful for the entire world.
The chopper's here!
Shit. But how is it going to work in the mechanic of, like, you know, when you have contracts, the gods basically, like, what limitations are going to be? Are you going to have, like, an army of them by the end of the campaign or whatever? Or
What do you mean? Like, you don't collect, like, you can't control the gods. You don't get a contract with the gods. You can curry favor with a god, but, like, and you can curry favor with multiple gods, but if you curry favor with the gods that are warring with each other, like, if you curry favor with one god and when they give a favor to you, it kind of leaves a mark. So a god that you've helped may choose not to give you a reward if you've helped a god that they're angry.
Ow!
oh, okay,
Oh,
so
God,
relationships
Like
kinda
if you
control
have
how
the
much.
favor, if you have the favor of the god of field mice, and you curry favor with the god of wolves, then that will work out all right. For, like, the god of wolves doesn't care, but the god of field mice will find out what you did and be very, very angry with you. Okay, no, John, save me!
I'm too far away!
Because you
I'm
ran
sorry.
ahead like a moron.
I made it to the helicopter! I lived!
John is the hero
Worthless.
of the White Project.